Okay, welcome back. Today we're going to be tying a extended body parachute dry fly in the style of a blue winged olive. Something similar to this guy here. Hook I have in the vise is a size 18. Got some thread on it or something. Size 18 standard dry fly hook. And the thread I'm using is a Danville 70 denier. Start your thread on, bring it back to about top of the bend of the hook. Cut your tag end away. Spin it back. Oh, don't capture that hook point. Spin it back to the top of the bend of the hook. And now you're going to tie in 3 EP fibers. I think I have 3 here. Go ahead and tie them into your hook shank. Tie them back to the top of the bend of the hook. Boom. Break that thread. Playing around like that. Let me spin that up. Alright, there we go. Take it back. Top of the bend of the hook. Take it back forward. Cut away your excess here. Boy, it clips it again. Let's wrap it in a couple times here. Alright. There you go. I'm going to make sure it's long enough. What you're going to do is this ain't going to matter here, but what's happening when you snag your hook point there on your thread. It frays on you a little bit, but go work with it. Deer hair I'm going to use on this is a olive that I've cut the length. You don't want it to be too bulky. But you want your tips all aligned. And you do want to have a nice even surface to work with here. So go ahead and trim off so it's nice and flat. Lay it right on top of your hook shank. Just give it a nice little loose wrap there to start it on there. Bring it back just a little bit. You don't want it to crowd the eye of your hook. Alright, wrap it back to inside of the bend of the hook. And wrap it back up forward. A little more pressure this time. Capturing all your deer hair as much as you can there. Make yourself a nice little head, securing it. Alright, looks pretty good. Turn it around here. Yeah, I can trim that off a little bit. Little end that it didn't get. We're not going to add any body dubbing to this, so make sure it looks at least halfway decent. Take your foot finish tool, or you can do a 1/2 inch. Just you want to tie it off so you can cut it away here. Cut away your thread. Okay. Make sure you have all 3 of your EP fibers there. Everything looks good. Take your fly out of the vise. You're going to lay in or insert in a sewing needle. I have actually several different ones. Let me show you here. Got a big fat one, real long. Got a fatter one there for fatter flies. Real thin one. This one here is kind of a medium one. Set it into your vise. Clamp it in. I'm going to move this back just a little bit so you can see what I'm going to do here. Take your fly. Adjust the deer hair on the bottom here to make sure that it's even on both sides of the hook here. Sort of like that. Now insert the butt end of your fly to the point of the needle. It's actually very easy to do. Just line it up. You feel a little sitting up against there. There you go. Start the thread back on it. Just about where you left off at. Boy. Sure, I'm just want to cut this thread, don't I? Alright, once you got a couple wraps there, take your deer hair, grasp it firmly, and pull it back. Now this time behind the eye of the hook, or I'm sorry, behind the bend of the hook, give it a couple wraps, and then spiral back as far as you can. About like that. And wrap it in real good. This is very important because if you don't, this will all come apart on you. So make sure it's all wrapped in real good. Bring it back forward. Over top of the wraps that you did on the way back. On the way up, go ahead and a couple wraps. Take your whip finish tool. This one here is a little bigger whip finish tool. Makes it just a little bit easier to reach in behind, tie it off. Pull it tight, clip it away. Now this is very important. When you pull this off, you gotta make sure you're grasping the very tail section firmly and pull it out. If you don't, that thread will all come apart there. You're going to super glue it when we're all done. Insert your fly back into the vise. Alright, I'm going to pull it up just a little bit, get you back in here. It's on the track here, where it's following the edge of the drawer that I have it sitting in. So it should be staying in focus for you. Bring it back just a little bit. Alright. Now, cut away this piece of thread here, your tag end. You got your 3 tails. You want to cut them the length. I normally go about half the body length. About like that. Don't caught in the material holder. So I have about, let me raise it up for you. Got about that much tail going on there. Don't play around with the tail end yet. Don't touch it if you can, because you'll pull it all apart. If you, I normally super glue it at the very end there. Alright, add some thread back on to behind the eye, about maybe 3 eye lengths, just in front of the hook point on this particular hook. If it's a longer hook that you're using, you don't want to get it right in front of the hook point. Just give yourself enough room to mix. Nice little post, nice little parachute. Fibers I'm going to use on here, some EP fibers in green, same as the tail. Lay it right on top. Give it a wrap. Make sure it's about right where you want it. Wrap it off a couple times. Pull it up side by side, holding it. Go behind. Go in front. Behind. Front. Pull some extra thread out. And start making a post. It's actually pretty easy to do. Just kind of wrap up, bringing the two together like this. A little more. And when you get, I don't know, maybe what, 1/8 of an inch or so, you can bring it back down. Wrap it in. Got yourself a nice little post here now. Now we're going to add a piece of hackle. Hackle I selected. Actually, the hackle that I selected itself. I picked up the saddle there, and this feather fell out on my lap, so we're going to use it. Looks about the right length. I'm going to tie in the shiny side facing me. Careful, don't be playing around with the tail end. We haven't glued that yet. That'll come apart on you real quickly. So try not to touch it. I've made that mistake before. Tie in your hackle in front too. Pull the stem back. You can see I actually made a little longer stem. So you can go ahead and tie it in. Very nicely. Take your scissors, cut away the stem. It's got to be in there somewhere. Right there. Alright, now we're going to start building your parachute. Take your hackle. Did I tie that in backwards? I'm going to try to manipulate it. I want the shiny side facing up. I don't want to wrap. There we go. Spin it on there. Spin it up a couple times. Up to the top of your post. Back down through. All the way down. To the bottom. And squeeze in one more. Alright, now pull the feather, the hackle feather, towards you. Reach down. I like to wet my fingers a little bit. Pull everything up and out of the way. And take your thread, tie it off. Pretty easy to do. Break it away there. You can take these extra fibers that you captured here, just cut them away. Take your 1/2 inch tool. A couple of 1/2 inches in there. One more. Alright. Pull it tight. Cut your thread away. See, I captured it. A little bit in there that I didn't want. Okay, pull your post back up. At this point I like to make sure all my fibers are aligned. Looks pretty good. Reach in, cut your post to length. I like to be just about there. Not very big, just enough. If you want to make something that's a little easier to see, you can make it bigger and a different color, but how's that look on camera? Looks pretty good, huh? Alright. Now what we gotta do is get some super glue in here. It's very important to do this. If not, this will come apart on you. I was using UV finish, but on the smaller fly I like super glue because I actually find it better and it secures it more without adding too much bulk. I'm going to add a little bit to the bottom here. We'll just do all super glue on this. Alright, now that you have that in there, take your bodkin or something similar to it. If you use your bodkin, you're going to get some super glue on it, but I can quickly show you how to take care of that. Okay, now you got some super glue on your tail. Gonna put a little bit on your head of your fly, just top there a little bit. Alright, looks pretty good. I'm gonna hit back in here too, just a little bit, just to cover up this thread. Clean up my bodkin a little bit. Alright, there you go. What I normally do is, after this is dried, I'll bend it to the desired angle that I want. Something similar to that. But for now we're going to leave it like that. Now say you got a little super glue on your bodkin. Take an old pill bottle, fill it up with steel wool, poke a hole in it, and there you go. Bodkin's good as new. This bodkin is actually 50 plus years old. So there you go. Nice and sharp, ready to go. Alright, hope you like this little fly tying tutorial, I guess you can call it. I purposely didn't put any dubbing on the body. Reason being is any dubbing will absorb water. Alright, thanks for watching. Hope you can put a couple of these together, and I'll see you next time. Stay safe out there. Thanks for watching. Click subscribe and hit me a like if you feel like it. Thanks.